Hey there, David Coe at the Coe Real Estate Group. I hope you're doing well. I want to share with you some information on where we are with September sales in both LA County and Orange County, as well as share with you an upcoming For Investors, By Investors, or FIBI meeting that we have next week. So first thing we're going to look at is interest rates. I'm sure everyone's heard that rates are high, and as you can see here in the last few months, rates have continued to climb. We're at about 7.5% as an average 30-year mortgage rate, which when you look in the last 5 years is certainly the highest it's been. When you look at the last 10 years, it's even more dramatic because of all the low rates we had coming out of the Great Recession. But when you look over time, rates are kind of moving back to where they were in the mid-90s, where they kind of hovered around this 6 to 7% level. So more than likely, we think rates are going to probably stay where they're at here for at least the next year or so. So this is kind of the rate environment we're in. And the impact that's having on real estate, the first chart we'll look at is new listings. You can see that, historically in the summertime, we seem to get a spike in new listings that never really materialized this year. And a lot of that is because of interest rates. Interest rates are having an effect, just as much of an effect on supply as they're having on demand, because people refinanced in those last, 3 to 5 years and are locked into some very low interest rates. And, they're just people are deciding to kind of stay put and only selling when they need to sell. That's having a definite impact on pending sales. When we look at the months of September, pending sales basically dropped off a cliff. Only 2,300 sales in September that went into escrow, and less than 1,000 in Orange County, which historically in September always kind of starts the drop in transactions as we get closer to the holidays. But this year it had a dramatic effect. When we looked at closed sales, we have a very similar situation. The month of September, we closed about 3,600 in LA County, about 1,600 in Orange County. And when we look back to September of 2019, which was the last September where we really didn't have COVID involved, you can see where those numbers were. We're at about 5,300 units that were closed in LA County and about 2,500 in Orange County. So the market from a transactional standpoint is down almost 40 to 50% in LA. When we look at pricing actually has stayed pretty consistent, right? We certainly had a drop in prices, last about a year ago. This was the peak in COVID, and then all of a sudden when rates started rising, sales dropped off. When we started getting a little bit of a rate recovery, prices started to climb. And in September, we had a bit of a drop in Orange County, a bit of a rise in LA County. I kind of think pricing is going to settle at this level for the next year as people just start to, deal with these interest rates and where they're at. But we are not anticipating any massive decreases. I think the decrease we had from high rates is kind of what you're seeing here. People have kind of gotten used to the rates, and they are what they are, and we still have a very limited supply and a higher amount of demand, which is keeping pricing high. So if this kind of information is of interest and you want to learn more, I invite you to come to For Investors, By Investors next week on Wednesday. We're going to have our annual State of the Economy panel. Jeremy Roll and Christina Suter will be speakers. Matt Owens and myself will surely have information that we're going to share as well. And we'll kind of talk about where we see the economy going and the impact it could have on residential and commercial real estate, which could be the same or might be different. So anyway, David Coe with the Coe Real Estate Group. Thanks for watching the video. I hope to see you next week at FIBI. And if you have any questions about your situation, either myself or someone for the team would love to sit down with you and give you some good advice. Take care.